I think we're all excited to watch Arizona Duke. That game opened 9.5 in Vegas, and now I see 9s and I see 8.5 at one place. I would be very careful with the dog in this one as we bounce around on Monday talking about games Thursday and Friday. I'm very cautious. I know it looks like a lot of points for Duke to lay. I would lay before I would take. And this Blue Devil team, it just reminds me of 09 Carolina when they were laying big numbers and they won every game by double digits. So that year, not that because it happened in 09 means it'll happen in 25, but I remember way back in the day in 2009, wow, Gonzaga's getting a lot of points. It was like 11 or something like that. Final score in the Sweet 16, North Carolina 98, Gonzaga 77. Just be careful when these very good teams, and Arizona is a very good team, when very good teams are catching almost 10, the line is where it is for a reason.
So all that chatter about Cooper Flagg, let's see, against Baylor, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in 29 minutes. First round game, they didn't need much from him. Yeah, I think he's fine. He's still a game they didn't need him in with the 16 seed, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Yeah, all that about Cooper Flagg. Something that you've got to consider is the age and how quickly kids heal, especially supreme athletes. And I think that certainly came into play. I was never really worried about it, but it's what everybody was talking about. And then we saw the movement on the number immediately, but he's fine. Here's the thing. So they score 89 against Baylor. And if you look at it, based on the possessions they had, it was actually at a pretty slow pace. First round, they put up 93. I don't think we've seen their A game yet. That's what's scary about Duke. Like, I was considering, okay, do I go Arizona here? There are people that are going to talk themselves into that, and I was considering it with the number that we have. I don't want to go against them.
I don't blame you. And you look at their price now to make the Final Four. MGM has minus $1.85. This was minus 110, minus 120 heading into the tournament. It got bet up a little bit more. I remember 2 weeks ago it was minus 130, minus 140. Here we are, minus 185, which still feels a little cheap. I don't want people to lay that now. We talked about it for weeks and then talked about it leading into Thursday. I wouldn't lay it now, but they're a 9-point favorite. And, okay, they play BYU or Bama. They're going to be the same price. I mean, What's Duke BYU on a neutral? If Duke and Arizona is 9, I mean, Arizona is better than BYU. And Arizona, Bama might be on the same plane. Maybe Bama's 7.5, 8, maybe. But what happens if Duke wins by 20 and Alabama wins at the buzzer? The line's even bigger because you have to bake in the recency bias and the perception. So, as I said, I believe Thursday morning when we were on the air at Mandalay Bay, I would be stunned if this team doesn't go to the Final Four. Stunned.
I would be too. Yeah, just 2 more wins and they're there. So we saw this game. A non-conference game, but we saw this game. It was way early in the season, November 22nd. Duke wins 69-55. Cooper Flagg, 24 points in that one. Terrific per usual out of him. And then, dude, how many years has Caleb Love been in college?
I believe this is his 5th year. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. All right. Because I'm like, geez, he's been there so long. He's having a great tournament. Great tournament. And what's going to be brought up ad nauseum this week is Final Four game against Duke. He had 28 points. And people are going to look at that. I don't know if they're going to bet into it, but maybe it, at some point it holds the number from getting to double digits. I don't know. We're 9.5 everywhere. I see one public book that's 8.5. There are a lot of 9s out there as well. Do you think this gets to double digits?
I don't know. I feel like you're going to have nice two-way Sharp. Early Sharp came in, took the points, but you'll see a push on Duke if it gets too low. Guys will lay
Yep.
8, especially if it goes down even lower. If it goes to 7.5, they'll lay it back. I'm going to guess it closes right around 8.5. I do see one early prop number on Caleb Love. You mentioned he had 28 against Duke in the Final Four. 16.5. That's it on the point side. I wonder how people are going to bet that one.